I thought I was gonna do, I'm gonna call this quick and snappy. This is probably gonna be neither quick or snappy, but I am gonna go through my top favorite product and my bottom least favorite product from some of my favorite Sephora brands. This is gonna be brands that I am familiar with, where I have tried majority of the things that the brand is offering at this point. So some brands won't be included, and if you think there are some brands that I talk about, that I don't talk about today, that you think should be included, let me know, and maybe there's a couple of brands out there that I should be putting more effort into trying more products from. I also think that this is very appropriate right now because the Sephora sale is going on right now, and maybe you are just looking for that one hero product to add to your collection, or maybe you want to know which products I would say skip, don't get either in the Sephora sale or not, and hopefully brands will release a better version of these products in the future. Some of them are also like preference, but I'm trying to keep this as much as possible to like actual like quality issues, like products that I think either are bad products or that you can get way better products from other brands. Of course, I have tried all of these products, and I have either I own them right now or I have decluttered them, but for just sake of trying to keep myself sane and not grabbing all of these products from a collection, and also for not making this video 7 million years long with me showing all the products that I have in my collection, or cussing to myself that I've actually decluttered them already, I'm gonna put up pictures of the products right here, and I will link everything that I'm talking about down in the description box, so do not forget to check out that as well if you want to see like what product was she actually talking about, or if you want to shop through my links. And if you do shop through my links, thank you so much. It really does help out, especially now during the Sephora sale, because this is the time where Sephora and different affiliate brands are looking to creators and seeing which creators get more clicks than others to be able to give them opportunities in the future. And if you are helping me out, thank you again. It really, like I said, does help out. Okay, let's get rid of the hair. I've been cute long enough. Nobody can deal with this. And we are just gonna start at the very top. First brand is gonna be Anastasia Beverly Hills, ABH. And I think this is really, really easy. So I'm gonna put like the best product and the worst product on one side of me, and I'll talk about them simultaneously and letting you know which ones I recommend versus not. So the product that I do recommend is actually the Velvet Liquid Lipsticks from ABH. And at the same time, the product I don't recommend from ABH is the original liquid lipsticks. So here's the thing. Both of them look dead matte on the lips. This is not a creamy matte. This is not like a satiny matte. This is not a comfort matte. These are matte on the lips. But what the velvety texture has to the original matte liquid lipstick is that they are extremely comfortable. They do not dry down completely. So the original liquid lipsticks do dry down completely, are transfer proof, but they look crusty, dusty, cracky on the lips. You get that little, you know, the butthole lip. We all remember that from 2015. I'm starting to see it once again now that like matte lipsticks are coming back. But I'm telling you right now, there are matte formulas out there that you do not have that problem with. So if you are looking for a comfortable matte lipstick formula that actually is not transfer proof but is just so long wearing and beautiful on the lips, definitely get the velvety formula and skip the original matte one. Next one is going to be Benefit. Benefit is known for their brow products. I think Benefit makes amazing brow products, but the one thing I don't recommend from them is actually, and it is called the Mighty Fine Waterproof Brow Pen. It is not that this one is bad. It is just that you can get way better versions from more affordable brands that are actually like better and more affordable. I would say the one from NYX, I have it here. It is called Brow Tint Pen. This is what it looks like. It is also a brush tip applicator. This one from Benefit actually has nylon tip applicators, which also is like a pretty good applicator, but the one from NYX is better. It's more precise, it is easier to work with, it looks more natural because of the brush tip, and it just has a better opaqueness versus transparency than the one from Benefit has. It's not a bad product, it's just you can get better for less money. My favorite product from Benefit is actually the Bad Gal Bang. It's one of my absolute favorite mascaras ever. It really does lift and elongate and curl the lash, and what is really amazing about this mascara is that it holds the curl. This is like a mascara that really makes my natural lashes look long, separated, with the perfect volume without being too clumpy, and just really lifting and curling and holding. I just think this mascara is truly amazing. I have rebought it myself in the sale, and I've used this since it came out, and it is one of my favorite mascaras in my collection. I will actually talk about my second favorite mascara in my collection as well when we get to that brand, but I just really, really love this mascara. I think it is amazing. Now let's talk about Charlotte Tilbury. I don't think anyone's going to be surprised that I'm mentioning the matte powder bronzer as my favorite. This truly is a beautiful bronzer. It is sheer, buildable, and just very blendable. You can get a sheer result, you can build it up and get more. It's one of those formulas that just looks airbrush on the skin. And I'm actually not always the biggest fan of a matte powder bronzer, but this one is a beautiful formula. Mine has a big pan in it. It is just a beautiful formula, and it does have a refill, even though I've heard from some people that the refill has been out of stock for forever in the brand, so hopefully they'll get around to that. It is a little bit more expensive, but again, this is a beautiful bronzer formula. The worst product, Charlotte Tilbury has a couple of busts, but I gotta say, this new formulated foundation, what is going on with this one? I cannot believe that in the year of our Lord and Savior 2025, we are releasing a foundation that is this. It's not that it necessarily looks as cakey as the original foundation. This is a reformulated foundation, but it does not dry down. It just kind of floats on top of your skin, and this is a mattifying. I think it says blurring and matte full coverage. It's definitely full coverage. Is it blurring? I don't know about that, but it isn't like really matte. It doesn't really dry down, and I do get incredibly oily with this foundation, and when I go in to blot this foundation, the entire foundation just comes off in patches. This one is matte foundation for dry skin girlies. This is not matte foundation for oily skin girlies, and I just don't really know why this is the reformulation of this foundation again in 2025. I think we could do way better. You don't need to get that. Speaking of good foundations though, the one from Danessa Myricks, specifically the Yummy Skin Soothing Serum Skin Tint Foundation. Wow. This one, fantastic. This is a light to medium skin tint that has a little bit more coverage than some skin tints. It looks so great on the skin. And again, I have oily skin, and this one is so beautiful. If I wear this for like 6, 7, 8 hours, I do need to blot, but it doesn't come off. It doesn't break up. It doesn't look awful. It's just so beautiful on the skin. It just looks healthy, but not greasy. It is just such a beautiful skin tint that just offers a little bit more of coverage. I could not recommend this enough. Overall, I think Danessa Myricks is a brand that mostly has hits. The brand is very consistent and has really, really great products. The one thing that I would say you don't really need to get this is the Infinite Chrome Flakes. This is a multi-chrome gel. And I'm saying this as someone, I mean, even if you go into this product, if you go down below, you click in the links and you go and check out the swatches, you can even see that used on a model without these aging hoods that I have. Again, I'm about to turn 42. I definitely am having hooded eyes, a lot of like crinkles and wrinkles and fine lines. The skin around my eyes is much more looser now. These products do bunch up, crease, flake, look incredibly heavy in texture on the lid, and makes my eyes look like it's the eyes of a 100-year-old lizard. That's not what I'm looking for. And I'm just saying, even if you go into this product and you look at it applied to a 20-something model in perfect lighting, perfect conditions by a makeup artist, it still doesn't look good. And that's why I'm saying, if you're looking for multi-chromes, you can do better than this. Much better than this. Even from the Danessa Myricks brand herself, this is just a very finicky product, and I would say unless you are looking for a chunky clunky result on your eyes, I would say stay clear. The next brand I want to talk about is actually Ellis Brooklyn. So Ellis Brooklyn has a bunch of different scents, and I feel like I have tried the majority of them. My favorite is still Salt. It is such a good scent. It is a fresh, summery, but still, like, this could be your everyday going to the office scent if you are the kind of person like me that doesn't like overly sweet fragrances, overly floral fragrances, or those everyday fragrances that smell like soap. I don't want to be laundry detergent. I just want to smell like a fresh outdoorsy day. And this is what Salt is. Salt smells like almost like a windy day by the sea, but still a little bit of summery tropical flowers in the background. It's such a fresh and just different kind of an everyday scent. I truly recommend this one. The least favorite one that I have tried from Ellis Brooklyn is Dear Sky. That's what it's called, not Dearest Sky. This to me is just way too generic and florally, in my honest opinion. I think that you can get something like this from a lot of different brands, and if you're gonna try out Ellis Brooklyn, I think you can do a lot better. It's not that it smells bad, it's just a generic floral. It's supposed to be like a summer sky in Texas inspired, and I don't know where in Texas they were, but they weren't here. They weren't here, because this is not what I'm smelling in Texas at any point. Maybe I'm just not rich enough to smell this in Texas. Maybe I'm just not in the right gardens. But I just feel like this is a pretty generic floral fragrance, and you can do much better from Ellis Brooklyn. I want to talk about Fenty. Fenty is one of my favorite brands. I'm wearing a Fenty foundation today. I'm even having it upside down because I am so low on it. I absolutely love that one. So that is definitely my favorite product from Fenty. This is called Ease Drop Blurring Skin Tint. Fantastic, long wearing, medium coverage. It says skin tint, but again, like the Danessa Myricks one, this is a skin tint with a little bit more coverage. I would say this is a light to medium coverage. On me, I feel like it very easily goes to medium coverage. This is like a foundation slash skin tint I can trust. I trust this one. It holds up on me. It doesn't break up. It doesn't slide off my face. I don't really need to be like blotting and fixing this one. I will get a little glowy in my T-zone, especially if I'm in a warm weather or a lot of AC. AC really do be ruining your makeup, but I don't think that this is not one of those foundations where I need to check myself in the mirror and be blotting every 3 hours, because I can trust this one. This is a perfect, I'm going to an amusement park, but I want to look cute. I want to wear my makeup for 12 hours kind of a thing. I love this one, and as you can tell, I'm almost out of this one. I have like maybe 1 or 2 uses left. I'm really, really low. And I actually do have a second shade in as well. It's an absolutely beautiful one. My least favorite thing from Fenty is actually their lip liner. This is the kind of lip liner that I don't like. I think it is too smeary to the point where you cannot do a thin line and blur it out. Like, this is one of those lip liners that whatever you do, you're gonna get a full opaque kind of thick line with a lot of product straight out of the gate. I need something that's a little bit more versatile than this, and I feel this one is almost just like a lipstick in a slim lip liner format. It just is too much too quickly. I can't be precise with it. I cannot blur it. I can't be starting transparent and building up where I want it to be more. It's just a full straight up, just bam. Some people love that. I don't. This is not what I want in the lip liner. If I'm looking for this, I might as well just go in straight away with a liquid lipstick or a matte lipstick and just be done with it, because I just don't think this is not my favorite type of lip liner. And I'm just saying that if you have the same preferences in lip liners that I do, maybe this won't be your favorite either. Now let's get into Haus Labs. Haus Labs, I just realized as I was going through the Sephora website, have started to slowly, but maybe somewhat discreetly, gotten rid of a bunch of the products in their line that I am assuming didn't sell that well because, let's be honest, they didn't get great reviews. One of the things that I still see on the website that I'm just like, if you see this, you don't need to buy this, is their liquid eye colors in a tube. These weren't that good. If you're looking for a liquid eye color, I would say go with the one from About Face. You can find them at Ulta, much, much better. These, you don't need to try them. If you're looking for another, also the Danessa Myricks liquid like eye colors, if you're shopping at Sephora, those are really good too. These, I saw that there was only like, it was still on the website. I'm just saying, even with the discount, these aren't good, and I'm hoping they'll come up with something better in the future. My favorite things from Haus Labs is actually their matte crayon. This is such an unsung hero at Sephora. I still love these. I still use them. I have several different colors. They're a beautiful, creamy, thin comfort matte formula in a crayon that is just so stunning on the lips. Feel great, wear great, look great. I cannot recommend this enough. It comes in a bunch of really cute colors as well. Definitely recommend that from Haus Labs. When it comes to Huda Beauty, same here. I love a lot of things from Huda Beauty, but their new lip contour lip stain, I don't like them. I did get these in PR. I've tried them out so many times. I've tried them out since. The only way that I can use these is to use them as an inverted ombre. Like I use them in the inner part of my lip to create a darker, like the popsicle lip effect. The thing with these are that they're very finicky. And also they create a very thick line. But for me, regardless of how I store them, I store all of mine upside down the way you're supposed to store them. It says it on the packaging, but I still cannot use them in one go and get a full line. It dries out when I'm like 3/4 down, and then what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do with that? And I feel like it also creates an uneven line. I mean, you can't blur it in a way because it is a stain. And I think that this product, for me, only works again to like deepen up the middle of my lip and create a popsicle effect. For that, I still use the 2 pink like stains for that. But you can get that cheaper at other brands. I'm just saying, for me, I don't think that these were great. There were other better options if you're looking for a lip liner. The applicator, the way that they're patchy, the way that they dry out, not my favorite. My actual favorite thing from Huda Beauty, this is something that I love. And again, I have oily skin. So for me, finding a liquid blush, the way that the Blush Filter Soft Glow Liquid Blush is just so good. This is a liquid blush that goes on sheer, but you can build it up and it dries down, but it has a little bit of glimmer in it. You can't really see it when you swatch it. It's not a metallic or a shimmery blush, but when it dries down, it looks like it's still dewy on the cheeks, but it dried down. The little bit of pearl is almost invisible to the eye, but it just gives the illusion of a dewy cheek, but it dries down. I think this is fantastic formulation. I absolutely love it. My favorite is still the Ubi Cream one, which is the lavender one. I think it is a beautiful one, but quite honestly, I love quite a bunch of these, and I have quite a bunch of these, and if they come up with more colors, I'm sure I'm gonna love those as well. The new brand at Sephora is Vanngo. So I tried everything from the brand, not all colors of course. I bought one of each myself, and I gotta say, it's nice. The eyeshadow palettes are nice, especially for being Sephora. I don't think they're as good as indie brands by any stretch of the imagination, but I do think it's really fun to see more colorful makeup at Sephora. My favorite thing from them is actually the very beautiful matte velvet blush. These are stunning, pick up beautifully. They're again a sheer buildable result. They look very matte, but like with a little bit of a life to them, not a dead matte. I think the colors are beautiful, and overall I just think it looks great on the cheeks. The bronzer, I'm just saying, buyer beware. I don't like this bronzer at all. I think it is too pigmented. It is hard to blend. Wherever you put your brush down, that's where you're gonna get a blob. It's gonna take forever to blend out. I just don't think this is a really easy formula to work with. The way that I said the Charlotte Tilbury is like transparent, buildable, and like blendable, this is the opposite. This is just opaque and clings on in patches. It is hard to blend out. I just don't think this is a good bronzer. Honestly, if you're looking for a bronzer at Sephora, don't get that one. I really have not been having a great time with it. Another one of my favorite perfume brands at Sephora is Kayali, and I think I have tried pretty much most of the scents that are available, and I actually have 2 favorites. I have to mention 2 favorites. This is the new one, Oudgasm Chocolate Oud 11. Oh, it is so good. It is apple, spices, bourbon. It is a little bit of like toasty marshmallows, and there is a little bit of a chocolatey note in the background. This is a spicy, sexy fall evening fragrance. It is absolutely wonderful. It is giving a more affordable version of the Kilian Angel Share, but with a little bit more of sweet chocolate in the background. It's in a fantastic grown-up gourmand scent for someone who doesn't always like a gourmand scent. I really love it. The other one that I really love is the Wedding Santal Velvet Santal, the one that is the black one. This is the one that's supposed to be like a unisex scent. It is boozy. I say that this smells like rum raisin, but like that, like grown up. It's so warm and sexy. I absolutely love this fragrance. One of my favorite fragrances in my collection. I use it all the time, and I will be so sad when it's gone from my collection. Again, it is giving rum raisins in the best way possible. Absolutely delicious. My least favorite is actually the one that came out, I think this was last year. This is the Marrakesh in a Bottle Orange Blossom. This one has, and this is a personal preference, this one has incense in there. And for me, This smells like a new age shop from the 90s. If you were brought up in the 90s, you know what I'm talking about. It's just too heavy on the incense. It's not my favorite. If you love incense, check this one out. Not a favorite for me. I was hoping this was going to be almost like a little woody orange, but it's just very incense, and it's just not a favorite for me. No, thank you. Kosas is we have a love-hate. There's a couple of brands I have a love-hate relationship with. Kosas, there are some products that I love. There are some products that I like absolutely do not love. My favorite is the Revealer Super Creamy blah 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 concealer. It's such a good one. It is one of the few concealers that actually feels a little bit thicker, that does not crease on my under eyes. This is a gel-like, thicker, like creamy concealer, but because of the more gel-like texture, it does not lay heavy under my eyes. It doesn't look heavy, it doesn't crease on me, and I just think it looks so fantastic under the eyes. Again, I am about to turn 42. I definitely have a lot of fine lines under my eyes. I'm looking for concealers that do not look heavy and that do not crease. This one is a medium coverage, and I actually really like it. My least favorite, listen, I had some options, but my absolute least favorite is the BB Burst Tinted Moisturizer Gel Cream. What even is this? I looked like I sprayed myself with that spray fat you put on your pan before it goes into the oven. I was the greasiest of greasiest. I looked like I'd been sleeping in a dumpster and needed a shower, like I needed like oxygen. It was so greasy, awful. And I'm not even saying, oh, after 8 hours. I'm saying like 2-3 hours. I looked shiny all over. And not even to the point where it's like, oh, you can blot a bit. No, like it was like, what is going on? Are you about to turn into a zombie? It looked so bad. If you have very dry skin and you're looking for something that looks fantastically glossy, maybe. I just think it looked awful. I just think it, you know, sometimes when people are like, oh, I love when my skin looks like dewy and glowy, and you look at them and you're like, is it glow or did you just forget to wash your face? Everyone that I've seen wear this, I don't think it looks good. It's the kind of glowy that's just not a favorite. Lawless is a brand that I think I've tried every product that they've ever come out with. And my absolute favorite product, the one that every time I travel, I bring at least one. I always have at least one of these floating around in my different purses that I have in rotation, and I love this even more than I love their lip glosses, and that is the Forget the Filler Lip Plumping Line Smoothing blah 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 Tinted Lip Balm. It is such a beautiful lip balm. Again, this is more of a firmer lip balm. If you're looking for those that give a more thick layer on the lips, this will not be for you. This is more like a sheer lip balm that you can build up a little bit, gives a hint of color, and it is moisturizing and beautiful on the lips without being heavy, thick, or goopy. It is just like a traditional lip balm, but just elevated. Absolutely love it. Love the colors that they have as well. This is almost giving the same as those Valentino lip balms that I've been talking about. I won't mention Valentino in this video because I've tried literally like 3 of their products, but it is giving the same as those, just more affordable and in less elevated packaging. But I love these. If you're looking for a little bit more of a stiffer balm that doesn't get that goopy result on the lip, definitely check out the Lawless ones. I absolutely love it. My least favorite is the lip liners. This is again a very creamy lip liner that somehow looks a little shiny on the lips and does not dry down. I don't need it to dry down super budge proof. I just need it to be somewhat smudge and waterproof. If it has a little bit of give in it, it might even be for the benefit when you want to reapply a lipstick, so you don't get that super sharp line around your lips. But this one doesn't dry down at all. And again, this is just a glorified lipstick and a lip liner. The colors are pretty nice though, even though most of them are just pinks. Just pinks. But the colors, there's nothing wrong with the colors. The formula is just too creamy, and I need something that has a little bit more of a waxy feel to it, so it actually, because the lip liner is here to define your lip line and to keep your lip products inside your lips. But if the lip liner itself is a kind of lip liner that will spread outside in your lip, like what's the point? Again, if you're thinking I don't have that problem, good for you. Time will catch up with you and you will eventually get that problem too. The Replica fragrances from Maison Margiela is also a house that I am very familiar with. I have so many of them. I've tried so many of them. And the one that I would say is the most unique blend. The one where I am like, you can get something at Sephora that actually feels like an indie fragrance. It is so unique. And again, it's like that salt fragrance where it is an everyday scent that is not floral, not sweet, and doesn't smell like laundry detergent. And that is When the Rain Stops. When the Rain Stops is a petrichor fragrance. Petrichor is the smell of rain, especially the smell of rain on like rocks and dirt and like soil. So it smells like just when the rain stops on a summer day. There's been a heavy summer rain, the sun comes out, and you're smelling the rain in the air, and the rain hitting like the wet rocks and the like soil and asphalt. It smells like a Swedish summer, because we usually get those like bursts in the middle of the day and then the sun comes out again. It doesn't have any of those. You know, a rain in a more tropical area can smell a little bit more almost like damp and heavy. This is the fresh rain. It just, when you know the rain clears the air, it has that freshness to it. And it's an absolutely unique scent, and you can find it at Sephora. One of the more unique scents at Sephora. And if you're looking for an everyday scent that is fresh and watery without being laundry detergent or soap, definitely check this one out. My least favorite from Replica is actually, it is called Coffee Break. And it's because it is so disappointing. Coffee Break is actually, if you didn't know, all the fragrances from Replica is made to replicate a time and a place in the world. And Coffee Break is meant to replicate a coffee shop in Stockholm. But it just smells like a lavender. And I don't know what coffee shop they went to, but it is so disappointing. I so wish that this was a little heavier on the coffee note, because I feel like this, if it's a coffee shop in Stockholm, this should have been burnt sugar, lactic tones, coffee, ground coffee beans, and blonde woods. That's what this should have been, and it just smells like lavender. And I just cannot for the life of me understand what coffee shop you went to. You should get your money back, because you've been scammed. If you're looking for a scent that smells like that I just said, Brown Girl Jane Casino. Check that one out. I did talk about that in my Sephora haul. It is available at Sephora. That one is that. Sweet, lactic, coffee grounds, and blonde woods. That's what this one should have been. But it isn't. Makeup Forever. There's a bunch of things from Makeup Forever I think is absolutely amazing. The thing that made me the most disappointed that I've tried in the last like couple of years is the Rouge Artist Forever matte lipsticks. Not the satin, the matte ones. Because they dry down, transfer proof, and look on the, what is this? And look on the lips the way that a liquid lipstick in 2015 would look. Just like film-like, and you get the butthole lip, like you get that very distinct line, and it doesn't feel great on the lips either. And I'm like, how is it a bullet lipstick that has all the bad qualities of a liquid lipstick? Don't get this one. You do not need it. The best one from Makeup Forever, it is still the HD Skin Waterproof Matte Foundation. It is so beautiful. This is a natural matte finish, so it looks matte but not flat. It is a medium to full coverage. It holds up like a beast. It looks so beautiful on the skin. It just looks flawless, and it holds up really great. And this is a fantastic foundation that I still use and that I still recommend. Makeup by Mario. I'm gonna shout it from the rooftops. This is gonna be a hill I die on. My favorite product from Makeup by Mario that I still use very regularly is the multi-use bronzing and shaping serum. This is the liquid bronzer that has both a pump and a doe foot. It is very sheer, but it has a gel-like texture, so it doesn't disrupt if you blend it in with foundations. It has a very natural and believable bronzing undertone. This will be either something to mix into your foundation when you have a tan and you need your foundation to maybe go a light darker, or if you want to do a very sheer liquidy bronzer, it blends out, it sets down, it's like a very sheer gel-like on your skin. If you are looking for a pigmented bronzer, this will not be it. But if you are looking for a sheer, believable, even like layer of liquid bronzer, this is it. But again, I'm selling it to you like this, sheer. I love that. If you do not, you won't like it. I'm just saying it like it is. I went in and I looked at the Makeup by Mario selection at Sephora, and I still saw that they had this one, and I'm just like, what is this still doing in their collection? This is the Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Perfector. This is a matte bronzer that ombres into a kind of a crunchy, weird looking highlighter. There is no way on the skin that this looks good. It does not look good as a highlighter. It does not look good as a bronzer. It does not look good all over your face. This is just one of those products that it doesn't fill a hole in my collection, and it doesn't perfect or look better than any of the other products in these categories that I have on their own. It's not a good highlighter. It's not a good bronzer. It's not a good like finishing powder. It's just a weird product that fills no hole in your collection. It feels like one of those, like they invented an extra step, and I cannot recommend this one. It's just a weird product. I've decluttered it from my collection. I don't think you need this one. Nobody's gonna be surprised that I'm gonna mention two like least favorite products from Merit. Merit and I were in the same thing as Kosas. We have a love-hate relationship. Love some products, really hate some products. The solo eyeshadows, I have not tried the shimmery version. I have only tried the matte version. I think they are sheer and patchy. They look weird on the eyes, and they do crease on me. I've shown that when I talked about them on my channel. I even showed you how it looked on my eyes. It creases, it is patchy, it is sheer, it is just, I don't see a world where this is better than any other eyeshadow. That's how I feel. I just don't think this is a good product at all. I think it is, and I will die on this hill. I don't think this is a good product. Also, their lip liner. What on earth is this? This is a glossy sheer lipstick that does not set down. It looks glossy on the lips. This is not a lip liner. It looks weird on the lips. It doesn't dry down. And again, this will not help you from like the product's bleeding, because this lip liner will bleed on you. And also you can't contour with this one, but because it is shiny, not even satin, it is glossy. It will make your lip line look weird and awkward. And I'm sorry, I just think this product is awful. I've seen some people who really like it, and I'm just telling you right now, I think you could have just gotten a shiny lipstick and just gotten more bang for your buck, because you are overpaying for this product by far. My favorite product right now from Merit is actually their tinted SPF. This one works beautifully for me. This is a tinted mineral SPF. It is a very sheer coverage that dries down. You can blend it out with your fingers if you want to. Very easy to work with. Sheer, perfects, and just makes everything look fresh and even, and wears really well. I brought this one on beach vacations to wear throughout, like, a tropical night, and it's held up beautifully, looks great on the skin, and just a very easy breezy product that quite honestly does what it promises it's gonna do. I think Nars is another one of those brands that mostly has like really good predictable products, but I think when I reviewed this product, this is the liquid blush, I did give it a kind of a decent review. But the more I've used it, the more finicky I've found it to be. It is just too liquidy, and if you, in a slightest way, it's like temperamental. If you don't work with it the way that it wants to be worked with, it's gonna lift your foundation, it's gonna melt your layers, and it's gonna look weird on the cheeks. So for that reason, again, I think the Huda Beauty liquid blush is just so much better than this. And again, it is also not a full-on opaque blush, so you don't overdo it. I mean, the Rare Beauty blushes are beautiful, but they're very pigmented, so it's easy to overdo it. The Huda Beauty doesn't do this. This one is just too watery, and I think that you can do better. You're looking for a liquid blush, that's amazing. You can do better than this. Much better than this, quite honestly. But the lip gloss, though? These are the Afterglow Lip Shine Glosses. The formula is spectacular. One of the best lip gloss formulas. It is just so, it looks and feels watery, but it still has some substance and gel to it, so it doesn't disappear instantly on the lips. Looks beautiful, feels wonderful. It's not goopy or thick or like stringy, but it still looks glass-like. It's a fantastic formulation. Like, really, this is a sophisticated, fantastic formulation. I cannot recommend it enough. Natasha Denona, I mean, yeah, her eyeshadows, that's all fine and dandy, but the actual hero product right now is those duo cream blushes. Dang, those are so good. Again, they don't destroy what's underneath my makeup. They're easy to work with, easy to build up, easy to sheer out. You can use just the dewy side, or you can use the shimmery side on their own or together. I just think they look great on the skin. They don't dry down too completely, but they dry down enough so that, like, you know, hairs, flies, and, you know, boyfriends won't stick to your cheeks, and they just look so juicy and wonderful. This is a great formulation in a really great packaging. Unfortunately, all of them are pretty much a pinky peachy version, and I kind of wish we could see something different. Maybe for the future, who knows, but this is a great product, and I highly recommend picking that one up in this sale. This one though, I don't think you need this one. This is the Hyper Natural Face Palette. It has 5 shimmery eyeshadows, a triple bronzer that is kind of, I mean, I have a warm undertone, but on me, this is cool toned and also very light. This is a very light bronzer. If you are a medium, you're gonna have a hard time getting this one to work. If you're anything deeper than medium, best of luck to you. And then there are 2 pink blushes. I just don't understand a multi-palette like this. You really don't need this in your life. The cheek products are also too sheer to be able to use as eyeshadow. So because I got this one and I was thinking, oh, I can use the blushes or the bronzers as like a matte eyeshadow, and then the no. They're too sheer, they're not pigmented enough, they don't double up as eyeshadows. I know a lot of people love this one. I am just saying, if you like the same kind of makeup as me, you're not gonna enjoy this one. Even on a sale, I don't recommend it. One of my favorite brands at Sephora is actually One Size by Patrick Starrr. It is the perfect makeup brand if you have oily skin like me. The setting spray is a favorite, and I also have to say the Oil Sucker Primer is a favorite. Both of these products, especially worn together, will keep the oils at bay. They will make a difference in the longevity of your makeup. And sometimes, even though makeup products say they will, they don't. But these two do. If you have oily skin, if you're living in an oily climate, if you're traveling to a destination where you think you're going to be battling with an oily T-zone, these actually really do help. My least favorite one though, and this one is on sale, which tells me that this one is probably about to exit, and I'm hoping he's coming out with something better in the future, but I'm just telling you, this product is not worth it on sale either, and this is the Made for Shade Bronze and Sculpt Trio. All of these are meant to be 3 different shades in different undertones, but you are not a different undertone. You don't need that. You don't need 3 different bronzers, and these also were too pigmented, according to me. I think these were too pigmented and a little bit hard to blend, and I'm not surprised that these are getting pulled from the collection. Hopefully he'll come up with something better in the future. I'm just saying, even on sale, I don't think these are worth it. You can do much better bronzer-wise at Sephora. I know a lot of people will say that their favorite product from Pat McGrath is her eyeshadows. That is not my favorite product from Pat McGrath. I think the reigning champion is still the foundation. It is a beautiful, medium coverage, very liquidy serum foundation that looks incredible on the skin. Looks great, feels great, great longevity. It is a really good formulation, and I still think it's a great formulation to this day. My least favorite is actually the Satin Allure lipsticks. These don't necessarily have like a bad formula, but something about them creates that white rim on the inside of your lips, and I don't think a $30 lipstick should do that. And I also think the packaging feels very plasticky and flimsy. You can do much better lipstick wise than this. When it comes to Patrick Starrr, I gotta say, I hate both the foundations. The Major Skin Hydra Luxe Luminous Skin Perfect, oh my god, that's a long name. It is very glowy. Like, again, it's glowy to the point where it looks, is it glow or does she just need a shower? But I also noticed that the original foundation, the Major Skin Cream Foundation and Finishing Powder Duo, is still in stock in so many colors. And this is literally, the alarm is going off in the background. This is a buyer beware. This is greasy, oily. This one does not work with oily skin. It will lift, it will blend with your oils, and it will look like porridge on your skin. The powder does not set. Everything just looks goopy and awful within like 4 or 5 hours. It looks like you are about to turn into a zombie. It looks like you have a skin disease. It looks like you need to be quarantined. This is an awful foundation product, especially if you have any kind of oily skin. Literally, buyer beware. Do not buy this. My favorite product from Patrick Starrr is still the brow lamination gel, but on Sephora, I don't know if I noticed something, but on Sephora, they only have it in a mini. I don't know if that means that they're getting rid of this product, which would be crazy because it's such a good product, but I could only see it in a mini. And I'm just like, are we getting rid of this? I don't know what's going on, but this is a fantastic brow lamination gel. Works great on me, really does what it says it's gonna do. Your brows will look good through a tornado, okay? They are where you put them and they are not moving, but I'm like, I don't know if they're getting rid of this one. I don't know what's going on. I have no idea. When it comes to Phlur, I kind of want to talk both of a perfume that I like, which is Tangerine Boy. It is one, if not the only, like actual fragrance from Phlur that does not have a super florally base. It is tangerines, it is zesty and juicy and absolutely wonderful. I have a travel size of this one and I've almost gone through it and I need a new one. Should I buy a new one during the sale maybe? Maybe I should, because this is such a good fragrance. If you love citrus fragrances and you're looking for something a little bit different, definitely try out Tangerine Boy. It does come in a travel perfume as well. Like I said, it is zesty tangerine wonderfulness. My favorite body spray from them is actually Vanilla Smoke. It's called Vanilla Smoke, yes. This is smoke first, vanilla after. Like, this is not one of those, oh, you have a marshmallow and it's a little bit toasted on the side. No, the marshmallow is in the fire. It is on fire at this very moment. It is very smoke heavy, vanilla in the background. If you love a smoky fragrance, definitely go for it. But if you think this is going to be a sweet vanilla body spray with a little bit of smoke, you might not like it. This is smoke forward. My least favorite one is the caramel skin one. This is one of the few fragrances in my life when I sprayed it on my skin and smelled my skin, I gagged. To me, this smells like BO. It is sickly sweet BO. It smells like you had vanilla body lotion on and you went to Disney World for the full day and you're smelling yourself at the end of the day. Absolutely atrocious. Atrocious. It is sickly sweet caramel BO. Hated it with the burning passion. Like, literally get it as far away from me as possible. One of my least favorite fragrances I've ever smelled in my life. Rare Beauty. I love a lot of things from Rare Beauty, but they're not always favorites for me. But one thing that I like truly disliked from the brand is their new liquid contours. These are so weird in formulation because I feel like they're both like oily and greasy and don't set down properly while simultaneously being hard to blend, and I don't feel like those two properties go together. I see some people love them. I do not. I think the formulation is weird and I actually don't like the formulation at all. Also, they don't have a color for me, but again, I'm light, medium, white woman. I could literally get at least 2 bronzers in every line available to me. This line does not have something that's perfect for me, but I don't care because it's the formulation I don't like. But their new lip glosses, they're god tier. So good. Again, they're the same kind of gel-like plushy formula that feels like water or balm on the lips, but look like a gloss. Very, very glossy and glassy. They're all shimmery though, so if you're looking for a non-shimmery one, I would say go with the Nars one, but if you want to get a shimmery one, the Rare Beauty one has some beautiful ones. I really hope we get more colors of this formula in the future because the formula is, again, god tier. Okay, here comes my second favorite mascara, and this is from Tower 28. This is the Make Waves Lengthening and Voluminizing Mascara. If the Bad Gal Bang is more heavy on the lengthening, this one is more heavy on the voluminizing. This is voluminizing mascara that really defines your lashes and makes them look impactful without being gumpy or gloopy. The brush really helps you to separate the lashes so it still looks like you have more than 3 lashes. This is just, according to me, the best voluminizing mascara I've ever tried that just still makes your lashes look great. Again, one of the few mascaras that I like with like my lashes without false lashes. I truly recommend it. And again, here I'm also going to do one of those. This one, I saw this still on the site, but I saw they didn't have all the colors in, and this is just me sounding the alarm saying the cream bronzer from Tower 28, it's not a good product. You don't need this in your life. Don't pick it up. It's probably going to go on sale soon. I think they're getting rid of this one as they should. It is goopy and sticky, like your hair will stick to it. You don't need this cream bronzer in your life. I'm sure they're going to come up with something better in the future. They surely can't come up with something worse in the future, but don't get it. You literally do not need it. Decay. Urban Decay is a tricky one because, again, I feel like we have this hate-love relationship, but the Face Bond foundation, so good. It is full coverage. Again, it holds up great on your skin and it just looks really beautiful, and it's just a long wearing foundation that you can trust. If I'm going somewhere and I'm like, you know, going to an event or something and I know I won't be able to like touch up my makeup or look at my makeup and I need to last for a long time, the Face Bond, full coverage, but really a trustworthy foundation. Really love it. My least favorite one is this is just me saying you don't need these. These are the 24/7 Glaze On Shimmer Liquid Eyeshadows. You don't need them. They're not spectacular. They look a little bit heavy on the lids. They're very, very liquidy. They come with a weird like brush on applicator. You can do so much better with a single duochrome multichrome eyeshadow than these. I'm just saying, if you're looking for that kind of like special effect, I just want to get a single something on my eyes, please either get their Moon Dust shadows instead, they're better, or the About Face single shadows. Again, you can find those at Ulta. Those are much better for just like a single shadow, one and done. This is just weird. It kind of creased on me. You can't build it up. It becomes gunky, and I'm just like, it's just a lot of work for something that's not more impressive than a single powder shadow. And that's where I'm like, liquid shadows have to be very impressive for me to be impressed. And I am not impressed. Is that it? Those were the brands. Those are the brands. Let me know. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? I would love to hear your thoughts about it. I cannot wait to hear what you think down below. All the products are going to be in the description box in case you're interested. Like I said, I'm not an expert on like everything Sephora or all brands, but I have spent a majority of my time the last decade trying makeup, reviewing makeup, comparing it to each other. I am here to let you know that sometimes you really can do better. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you real soon in a new video.